right, everyone. Hello, my name is Josue Romero, and welcome back to the Silicon Oasis Spotlight. We've got new chairs, new mics, new cameras, new everything, and we are so excited to have here with us today. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Tejas. I'm the co-founder of Clean.
Let's go, Tejas. Okay, Tejas, we talked a little bit before we started this podcast, obviously, and interesting background that you shared with me. Would love for you to tell the audience what that was.
Okay, so I come originally from Delhi, India. I grew up pretty middle class, you could say. My parents were pretty strict about money and everything. So money was really a big factor in the early stages of my life. And then I got into trading a lot. So I became a stock trader. I
nice.
worked with my father, but not a lot, but to a good level, yeah. And then I was like, there's an exam called in India called IIT JEE. So it's pretty hard, and I was studying for it. But then I looked at other countries and I was like, you know what? USA has some good stuff.
Yeah.
So I applied to a lot of universities and I got a really good scholarship at ASU. So I was like, you know what?
That's awesome.
You know what? I had no idea it was going to be so hard.
Yeah.
But I just came to ASU. First year, I had a lot of fun. Second year, I grinded for my internships. Third year, the startup is going pretty well now.
Let's go. Shout out to ASU right there. I'm a proud ASU undergrad as well. But dude, their builders are underrated, I would say. I think we're going through a moment right now where ASU is believing in a lot of these young builders. And by giving them that sort of half belief, half lifeline, some of them are just running with it. Like yourself, right? You said started, didn't know what it was hard. First year, grinded for internships. Second, boom, now you've got to start it by your third year. And as far as I know that you shared with me, you've raised a bit of money for it, right?
Yes. So
good segue into what are you building, man? What's it called? And
oh yeah, for sure. So what we're building Clean, basically it's context infrastructure for your coding agents. What we do is your Claude can talk to my cursor when we are working in big engineering teams. And we also reduce your token cost by 2 times. We increase the speed of your agents. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. We have a lot of pilots working with us. So it's pretty fun.
And how long have you been building that?
So pretty fun. We started in Next Hacks. It's a hackathon project.
Okay.
And it was one of the biggest hackathons in the US. So that was, and it was a startup hackathon. That was my exposure to startups. That was the first time I was like, oh shit.
So your introduction to startups was at
Next Hacks,
which was how long ago?
This was January 16th. Actually, 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So that was the first time I talked to scouts from like Andersons, or I talked to
Andreessen?
Andreessen. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. Just
and then people from Y Combinator and so many more good VCs. So that's where we made the project. Then we went on. This is a pretty interesting project. Let's build it.
Yep.
So then we talked to more VCs. We talked to some potential customers. We gave it to engineers to use it. They loved it. So we decided to incorporate. Nice. Now we incorporated about 30 days ago.
Let's go.
And it's been going pretty well. We are really locking in on marketing, and we're getting as many businesses to use it as we can.
Nice. So January 16th, and today it's April, 4th?
It's April 4th, yeah. So...
No, I mean, yeah, just the timeline, obviously, 3 months and a bit.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much you guys have just done in a short amount of time.
It's all-nighters. It's literally all-nighters. I was fixing bugs till 2 a.m. yesterday, and it is the best thing.
Let's go. And people are going to hate us because we fist bumped that. You're abusing your body to build. But look, man, I've shared before, and it is a hot take. In order to build something extraordinary, you need to do extraordinary things. And I think people underestimate what that means. It doesn't mean, just saving a baby from a fire at 2 a.m. Extraordinary. Yeah. It just means if you did it at 4 p.m., that's an ordinary work day, right?
Yeah.
You do a little extra of that ordinary work day at 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then magical things happen, in my opinion, right?
Exactly. So I think I genuinely don't believe in geniuses, and I don't think any person is a genius. I think this is just my opinion, but I feel like a true genius is a person, even after he is sleepy, even after he is hungry, even after he's extremely tired, he cares so much about something that he will not stop.
Yeah.
That's my definition of a genius. And I say I'm happy that my co-founders are geniuses and everyone in the startup world I'm talking to now are geniuses.
I love that. It ties into the whole talent without work ethic is nothing, right?
Yeah.
So not the same, but same-ish, right? I would largely agree with that, where I think that, because I feel like my natural strengths are very EQ over IQ, and that does not mean I'm dumb by any means. I've done difficult grad programs, but I'll say this. For example, the grad program I did was quant management, and my undergrad was mass comms and marketing. And that came more naturally to me, whereas in quant management, I had to spend 3x the time that my perhaps other peers spent literally 1/5 of the time on. And to your point, at the end, though, I remember for one of the classes, I created the perfect like, I kid you not, this study guide was so perfect. Everyone got like a 96 or higher, but since the grades are curved, that means people, even if they scored a 96 answer-wise, they got like a B+. Because it's percentage-wise. So I was like, everyone was mad at me because I shared that study guide with everyone.
Wow.
And it was not fun. But to your point, I 100% agree that if you're going to put in the work ethic, because everyone can.
Everyone can.
Like, everyone realistically can. If you got a roof over your head, if, you're perhaps a university student, you probably have the time right now to 100% put in the work, put in the hours, and you're not going to see it 1 month to the next. You might, like Tejas here, your startup
I don't know.
3 months, man.
I don't know, bro. I'm happy we're lucky.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We're
like,
lucky.
You might not see it 1 month to the next. You might. Like, you're living
because I never thought after making the project that we're going to win the hackathon, but we did. I never thought we're going to raise money, but we did. I never thought that we'll get a client, but we did. So you just gotta do. Yeah, it's just happening. It's pretty nice.
So I would love to know, man, because that's awesome, by the way. Congrats on the hackathon, on the building, on the win. That is exactly my favorite example of getting into tech, because people always say, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to plan this. And it's like, that's good. You do need a plan. You need to study your market. Sometimes you just need to run at the wall.
Yeah.
So the wall's weaker than you think it is.
Yeah, maybe it's a paper wall.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes it's a cloth and you just run right through it and you're like, you accidentally stumbled through 3 and you win a hackathon, you build a product, you get a client, and you get some funding.
And one of the things I see, because I get reached out with so many students who want to like build something.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is like, everyone's so scared that what if they fail? And what if you fail? Like, you have 80 years on the earth. What if you spend 5 years like doing something which gonna fail? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Right? You be stupid until you're 25.
Yeah, I love that, by the way. That was great. I like to share that. I grew up very introverted. Tejas, so embarrassingly introverted. It was bad. It was terrible. And I remember I hit 19 years old, and I said, man, I missed a lot on certain things in life, right?
Yeah.
For a 19-year-old boy, honestly, just mostly girls.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I need to speak up. So what I did was I went, first of all, I read this weird 1920s, 1930s etiquette book.
Yeah.
On how to sit, and I might not be doing everything right now, but it's like shoulder straight, chin straight.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Like, no, you're good. No, I'm not judging anyone.
Yeah.
How to speak. How to speak without using filler words, like how to use hand motions to get your point across, voice it. Like, everything you see here is very carefully curated.
Yeah.
But I just ran with it, man. I traveled, I tested talking to people in about 10 different countries, and it turns out everyone generally likes a person who's just a little more energetic than they are. Yeah. And if you can communicate well enough, they just believe what you say. Like, you would be shocked at what you can get people to do. And I did not manipulate anyone into doing anything bad, I can promise. But it was just interesting to see that just doing it, just running, just like you said, just be stupid until 25.
Yeah, just.
And it's like, it worked.
You can make a coding agent for dogs and make people buy a product. Like, just be stupid enough.
Did you see that guy who cured his dog with?
Yeah, with
ChatGPT.
You're like, you know what? Bro, I don't believe these doctors, bro. I want to do it myself.
Yeah, he coded a cure to cancer for his dog. Like, that's crazy.
So you can do anything.
Dude, I love that. And where do you see Clean in 5 years? Like, I love what you've done. I love your energy now. I think you're thinking about it the exactly right way. You got to be obsessive. You got to be competitive. You got to be nice. So using those traits and with a combination of that, where do you want to be in 5 years as Clean? Are you looking for a quick exit? Do you want to kind of get some money from this and tackle something bigger? No. What's on your horizon? Oh, no, I'm
we
committed.
we don't care about exits, right?
Let's go.
I'm in debt. I don't care about that. We won't take money out for a long, long time. Everyone in the company, our loyalty is to one thing.
Yep.
And that is to be the biggest in the space we are in.
Nice.
So we want to be the biggest dev tools company in the next 5 years. And we don't care. We don't care about anything. Like if any other company comes in and like tries to mess with us, if we like lose money, if we go bankrupt, we're gonna make it. We'll just incorporate a new company with the same thing and just make it big.
Yep.
Right. So we are not stopping until we make the biggest dev tools company in the whole world.
That is awesome. How many people are on your team right now?
It's just 4 co-founders.
Nice.
So it's very fun. They have become like my best friends now.
Yeah.
Because I talk to them more than I talk to my mom. We have like a 6-hour meeting every day.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the best time.
No, it's amazing, dude. And I'm glad that you say that it's like your friends. At the startup Inc. greetings I'm at, which I always say shamelessly, I think it's the next unicorn in Arizona. I love my teammates, just like very openly, transparently. They might see this, they might not, and it's not bragging. Like we love to just spend time as a team as well, because when you're obsessed about the same mission, when you've worked late nights together, when you've done crazy things together, there's this not just bond as people, but towards the mission as well.
Exactly.
Where you just, if someone's falling up because they're slacking, but because like they're having a bad day, you go and shore up, and then they do the same, and then it just becomes this obsessive energy to win. I don't know if that's, I hope it's like that. To win.
How big is Inc?
Yeah, we have 4 in-office people and then 3 remote software engineers.
So it's pretty close, right? I feel like if you're in an office space, everyone's
we go in person every day as well, essentially.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
But like, let's say like you work at Google or like a bigger office.
Yeah.
Everyone's a superficial friend. So people don't say anything to your face, but like in a small startup like Inc or like us, like if someone's like doing something wrong, we will cuss him out. Like we'll make sure that he gets online, like gets straight up, like fixes everything. So it's pretty nice because everyone's very open with each other. Yep.
And there's a lot of accountability. Like there's nowhere to hide is what I love about small teams as well. Whereas with a big team, like you said, right, it's superficial, and then some person can be working, but they're really working 3 hours a day as a coder. And then like, oh, I was just, off my game for the past 6 days. And it's like, bro, 1 day is costing us.
Exactly. But yeah, and I mean, most people use Claude now.
No, for sure. That's awesome. Love it. 5-year vision looks great. Dude, you're everything energy-wise, honestly, that an investor probably wants to hear, where it's, look, we're building, we're obsessive, we've got a good team, we're not thinking about exits, because people fall short at that point. Yeah. And what I mean by that is you'll have a pre-seed investor and they'll invest, and then, a little post-Series A, there's an acquisition, and the founder's like, yeah, I'm gone, and the VC's like, well, I didn't get my, my returns on the fund that I wanted. Yeah. But, no, yeah, it's great that you have this energy.
Founders don't really get money if they exit pretty early, right? Because of the preferred shares and like dilution and everything else.
Well, it depends, right? I mean, if they did only a friends and family, let's say a couple of safes, and then they sell post-seed at 100 million.
That's crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Cal AI founder?
I have thoughts on that, bro.
Same.
I do not understand how that business made money.
Yeah, but he did, right? But he sold for what?
I 60? Do not understand it, bro.
No, I agree with several, and I have several hot takes on a lot of bigger businesses that we don't need to get into those. Sorry. Yeah. Unless you want to, and if you've got thoughts on the VC,
I have a lot of thoughts on some businesses.
I actually have a question for you because. Okay. You've only been in the startup space. Did you know anything about startups prior to that?
I mean, yeah, I was working at a startup. Okay. But I was only like working in tech. I was not really involved in, this company raised this much money. And
that is different. That is different. What are your thoughts on these companies that raise major rounds? Because I mentioned a company and you're like, I got my thoughts. Because I have my thoughts too, Tejas, on companies like Airbnb, Uber, Lyft. It's like those are terrible businesses. They're great venture investments because a lot of those types of investments are friends of friends who refuse to let their rich friends' companies die. Yeah. That's just objectively what venture capital ends up being. Yeah. And if they say, no, what do you mean it's merit? I'm like, would you have given an ASU kid the same chance? Would an ASU kid get 18 years of non-profitability until, they became the next Amazon or Uber. And it's like, as an ASQ kid myself, and I was like, I don't think they would have given us the same chance. But that being said, right, I've given my piece a little bit. Hopefully that makes you feel comfortable for you to say, hey, I think this is not right with VC or startups.
Well, yeah, there's...
Say it.
I would say it is a case of elitism. So people really, because honestly, and I kind of agree and disagree with it, because there's nothing backing a kid from ASU with no background in nothing, right? Because let me take an example of jobs. I get students from ASU messaging me about internships and jobs. And like, you don't have anything on your resume.
How do you
don't have any projects. You don't have nothing. So why would I give you a chance? And that cycle creates like a mindset that, people who are like from ASU mostly don't have that, and they just spam message you on LinkedIn or like emails and all.
Yeah.
So that kind of plays role in that, because the environment you're in decides what work you're doing. And even though Stanford, Harvard, and all of these places are very elitism, very like 1% vibe kind of places, the environment they have is still very opportunistic. Like the opportunities they have are way, way crazier than somewhere in ASU.
Yep.
So that's why you have to, I would say,
by means of network, right?
By means of network, yeah.
You have to understand, a lot of these kids also don't have projects under their belt.
Yeah. It's all because of by means of network.
Yeah.
I would say the fix for this, in my opinion, is to make.
Let's hear it. Yeah.
Is to make that level of opportunity and craziness ecosystem inside ASU.
Yeah.
Right. So Stanford has its own entrepreneurship clubs, but ASU does too, and they're pretty good. They have people from Arizona or like from graduates from ASU who have done big coming in, and they have their own ecosystem. So I think that will be something that might fix it.
No, honestly, love that energy. We agree with that. Obviously, Silicon Oasis exists to unite and spotlight Arizona tech. But more than anything, the reason for the big spotlight is there's people like you who just got in, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to outwork everyone.
Yeah.
And then Arizona often, in our opinion, they miss those types of builders. They're focused on, this kid, we've seen him do something, so let's keep our spotlight. And we're like, no, like, go to this event, go to that event. Like, there's little nuggets here and there that just aren't getting that attention. And when you gather those people and you're like, hey, come here, and you put them in a room, to your point, it's like you get you get it bubbling and boiling, and all of a sudden you hopefully have this environment where working until 2 a.m. on a project is normal. Like, again, it sounds terrible for a lot of people out there, but
the thing is, they don't have like that. They haven't experienced what it is like to be in this space, right? For example, we are hosting the hackathon on the 11th, right? There is so much opportunity there to learn about startups, but nobody will come for that.
Yeah.
Because everyone will come for this one small prize we have, which is an internship.
Yeah.
Because people just don't have the exposure. I
agree.
You need to give them that, even a one-day exposure of being in a startup or knowing what a startup actually is and what venture capital is. People would go crazy over it.
Dude, I love this energy. Okay, cool. I know we totally veered from our original topics, but this is really important, because something I tell people all the time is that, having worked for a fund in New York, based out of San Francisco, both, it was great, but you get an insight to the speed at which they work with, and there's a culture about it. There's this I tell everyone in startups that wants to be a founder, I'm like, there's a curtsy dance around investors.
Yeah.
There's a way to talk to them. And most, if they've never been in that environment, they just butcher it. They're just like, hi, my name is this is my startup. And it's like, turn off, done, dead. And it's like, no, there's a way. And once you learn that little dance and way, then you learn the talk of builders, and they're obsessive. And then I'm out of words to describe it, but when you're in it, you see it, and then once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And wherever you go, you know what place doesn't have it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So after Next Hacks, I felt so lonely here because nobody is in that space. And then that was the time I met Matt, and Matt introduced me to this thing called Founders Friday. And that was so fun because finally,
right?
Yeah. So finally, someone who talks my language, And then I came to the pitch night and I met more people, and then you reached out, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to find more people in this city who are understanding of me.
No, that's great. And we're glad you say that, because dude, we think there's more like you. More like, let's call it us, right? objectively, most people in Arizona, including myself, we don't have any sort of exit, but what a lot of us do have is an insight. We smell the blood from other ecosystems, and we're like, okay, no, we need that here, and we're gonna do everything possible to make sure Arizona gets to that point. Because I got my kids here, man. I got a wife, I got a house, and it's like, nah, if I will die before I let Austin or Miami become the next tech hub. It's like, no way. Like, they're a bunch of posers who were ex-investment bankers who've never built anything, and they think that just because they have the connections, they're allowed to build something else. It's like, and that's really harsh. But I stand by that. I'm like, look, Arizona, specifically ASU, right? We have a lot of people from out of the country, from out of state, and I love this, by the way, who understand that to achieve the American dream, you just need to outwork everyone.
Yeah.
And what I love, the advantage that we have because of that is in a lot of other places, they grew up so well, Tejas.
Yeah.
I kid you not. We went on a retreat one time with a group, and this was like a private group I went with based out of New York.
Okay.
And we were in Hawaii, just chilling on the beach, bobbing up and down. And they're like, guys, this year sucked. And I was like, dang, that sucks. What happened to you? He's like, dude, there was a fire in Italy this year, so the wine was terrible. And I kid you not, Tejas. And I was just like, look, I had the skin damage from working in the Arizona sun in construction while I did my undergrad. And I say that over and over, and people are sick of that. But I want them to know, like, I am and was normal. Like, my biggest problem, is like, okay, rent and my kids, and I hope they're okay. And then this person who was, an associate at a big fund. I'm so sorry if he sees this. Bobbing up and down.
Oh my God, on the Hawaii wine, bro. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no way, the wine.
There's people suffering on the streets, but your wine, bro, it's more important. Yeah.
So Arizona has a lot of these people who know what a cent means, what a dollar means to the dinner table. And once they smell the SF, people are like, oh, this kid's spoiled. He's not going to outwork me.
Yeah.
He has it too good. He's too comfy.
And honestly, with like how AI is right now, you can, if you have you can just make it, bro. There's no need for there's literally no need for anything. Just use Claude for everything and make it. Just make it with Claude and think about it. Like, you don't need to have an idea. Just go to Claude, be like, make something, and then think about just sell it. Sell it. Oh yeah, this is what I do, by the way. Reach out to people, sell them a service or an idea, get the money, and make the product. So simple.
Yeah. That's
the way to start.
I would agree with that. A lot of people, they want to validate. It's like you validate by talking to people.
Yeah, just ask for their problem and just make it, just solve it. Solve it and get some money. You have revenue.
Dude, I've loved this. We're coming up on time here, so I'll just ask one last question. Arizona, right now, yay or nay? What's been your experience? I know you've talked a little bit about it.
It's extremely good because
that's awesome.
And I have one answer for that is that SF is full of builders and startups, right? And because in Arizona, there's so limited number of people who are in this space, is that they are way more loyal and way more interested, way more emotionally involved.
Yep.
So they're extremely stronger. So it's a very small community, but way stronger. Yeah. Compared to anything else outside.
Love it, dude. Tejas, this has been an amazing conversation. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. But I want to, this is the real last question because I always like to leave on this one. If you were to leave the world with a one-liner about yourself or your company, what would that be?
Okay. Oh, that's
get wrecked.
That's very hard because it's going to change. One-liner. Always be an independent thinker.
Love it. That's great.
I love Jensen Huang, if you have heard about his theory.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, so always be an independent thinker. That's it.
Awesome. Where can people find you?
My LinkedIn is Tejas Gupta X7, or you can just say Tejas Gupta, co-founder of Clean. And it's going pretty well. Dude, thank you so much for your time today, man. I've loved the combo. No goodbyes. We're going to keep building alongside each other. But everyone, that was it for this edition of the Silicon Oasis Spotlight. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation and the new camera quality and the chairs and the setup. Yeah, these are pretty nice. Yeah, I know, right? I stole them from my living room. I wife new chairs. We're going to go to Ross after this or something. I don't know. But people, keep building. Just do it. If you want to build something, if you have an idea, honestly, reach out to us. We're more than happy to help. Run towards the wall. Sometimes it's a curtain instead. And we'll catch you next time on Silicon Oasis Spotlight. Thanks, everyone.